Hello, I'm MPX Toycat, and last Saturday we saw the big 1.17 Caves and Cliffs reveal. We saw so many features that I compiled into a video yesterday, but in the time since last Saturday, we've seen a lot of developers directly talk about important issues like snapshots for this update. They've even shown us new screenshots of this update, showing off new blocks and even a brand new cave type. Yes, that really has happened since last Saturday, and in today's video, I wanted to show you the words straight from the horse's mouth and talk about exactly what is going on 1.17 just in the last 4 days. This is an incredible time to be following Minecraft news, so let's dive straight into this one because Legendary Reaper asks Henrik Nieberg, a Minecraft developer, I really like the new caves, but will there be more caves variations? And in response, he says a ton. That's right, there are not just going to be new caves that we didn't see at Minecon Live, which already sounded exciting. We saw 3 types of caves, we saw many types of sizes, but there are going to be different cave variations we haven't even seen yet, and there's going to be a ton of them. That is incredibly exciting. I was worried it'd be like the Never update where we might see 4 or 5 or something like that, but no, it sounds like there are going to be a ton of different variations to do with the caves, which is really exciting. Something else that is really exciting to me personally is the fact that Lady Agnes concerns something a lot of the community was very worried about regarding copper and the way it aged, because she says, hi everyone, we are seeing questions about if you can make copper stay in a certain state, and yes, you can. So if you really want a copper block to be copper orange or semi-green forever, then there will be a way to achieve that. Have a great day. That's right, I mentioned that I actually kind of like copper in its orange form more than green, and it would be really annoying having to relay your copper roof every single time, but this is confirmation that you can not only have an orange copper block or a green copper block, as long as you make some form of preparation to kind of stay it in that way, but you'll also be able to go anywhere in between. You can go semi-green, you can go slightly rusted, and that means that you're effectively getting a whole range of new blocks here that you can use for various creative builds, which is super exciting, and it's also worth noting, just in case you don't like the current copper texture, I mean, I don't blame you if so, but you know, if you don't like it, then there is some good news because Japper, or one of the texture artists of Minecraft, says that some of the textures and models shown at Minecraft Live are still in development and not final. Working from home and COVID-19 have made some development tougher, but I'm still glad with what we put together, and your reaction has given me a huge morale boost. Thank you, and then praying hands emoji, because you know, it's the internet. Praying hands, why not? But anyway, with that said, the whole thing behind this is him saying the textures and models we saw aren't going to be the final ones. Some of them are in development, and in particular, it was mentioned that the copper is one of them that was a very early prototype. So just bear in mind that if you really liked copper, there's gonna be some changes before the final release. So next up here, remember Henrik Nieberg? He is the developer that confirmed there'd be a ton more caves. It seems like he's one of the developers really heading up cave development, because he tweeted this picture from his home studio, and he made a joke about like, oh yeah, how he's a caveman in the man cave, because that's a thing that he has. Anyway, so he makes the joke like, haha, I get it, right? But the key thing here to keep in mind is that he showed this picture, and it's actually kind of fun to look at and see all the things. I mean, he's got like a proper recording setup, he's got a keyboard as well, he's got the 2 monitors, oh, that's great. But then also, if we pay close attention, you can see how, what is that? Is that maybe a screen that's visible working on the cave update? Here it is, zoom and enhanced as best as we could. It's going to be low resolution because it's a crop of a high resolution image, but you can see how like, oh, what's that? This is in fact the cave update, and you can see in the foreground, the most obvious thing is a cave that we've basically already seen, right? I mean, it looks pretty interesting, but like, we've seen that. It's cool to see it running in Minecraft itself though. But then if we look in the background, we can see all sorts of weird things that we're not used to. In particular, there's like the big shaft down and the big cave that goes sideways in a weird repeating pattern. And in fact, someone even asked directly to Henrik Nieberg, what are these corridors? And he responds with mesh caves, you'll see later. That's right, there are going to be more caves, not just a ton more caves, but we've even had it confirmed that one of those types of caves will be the mesh caves. Looking closer at this cave, we can kind of tell that again, it's a repeating formula. We can't really be sure as to what's inside them, if it will just be like a type of cave, like like existing blocks, etc., or if there's some unique thing going on there. But I'm super excited by the appearance of this thing, and again, looking back at this image of all of the caves together, it's just super cool to see all the different types in this kind of F1 view where they're floating around spectacularly. indicator. It's incredibly cool to see. I love the look of the new caves, and maybe you do too, but just in case you don't, just in case you're like, wow, this isn't good enough, how about this tweet from Corey Shiviak, KojoMax99, who says, underwater ravine geode. It's really hard to see in this image, so here is some color correction applied. This is what he tweeted out. It is a geode, the crystal generating thing, generating under the water. So this is super interesting. It's our first glimpse in gameplay of what one could look like, which is super interesting because it generates in a very, very bizarre place. So it shows they're really working on the spawn points of these caves. But something you might find interesting is the fact that this is our first time seeing the outside of those geode blocks. On the inside, they look like crystals, but it looks like on the outside, they look like a weird kind of mix between the vine and gravel. You can see gravel over there on the left, and gravel looks, and on the right, gravel looks normal enough, but like gravel mixed with some vines and some other green stuff, some cobblestone maybe, is what you get on the outside of the geode. So this is our first time seeing that block, and personally, I find it to be bizarre. I think it's such an ugly texture on all the other sides that it makes me wish this was just some undersea thing related to the glow squid or something like that, but I really don't think it is. Based on the fact that you can see the blocks in certain places, it really does seem like this is what it looks like on every other side of the geode blocks. Again, let's hope that I'm wrong, but I don't think I am because it's kind of ugly right now. But to go back to that earlier announcement, all textures are under development and therefore we can't be too upset. And all I do have to say is just comment on the geode again. This is a super cool idea for a cave structure almost that can generate anywhere. It can attach to a cave. It's kind of like the mob spawner, and it makes me hopeful they're doing more things like that. Even though the mob spawner, it's kind of old. It's been 11 years. I'm not excited to find one too much anymore. They do still have that kind of intrigue as you're looking around for them, and the fact that they have super long-term benefits in the same way that being able to find crystals would have long-term benefits really adds to the exploration of Minecraft, and the fact that you can find them in wacky places like this adds even more to that exploration, and I'm loving what I'm seeing right here. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one too, but before I hear your thoughts, how about we go into this next tweet, which Echo Soldier, a friend of mine, tweeted, saying, so there is no end of update this year, and Rebecca Gordius, one of the PR managers of Minecraft, says correct. So CNC, Caves and Cliffs, is so massive the team needs extra focus on it. However, we're still looking into something fun we can do for this holiday, maybe something with the marketplace, more to come soon. So there isn't going to be an end of year update for Minecraft, at least not for all Minecraft platforms. Something to do with Minecraft Bedrock is likely on the way based on all the promotion and stuff they've been doing for it. And it's kind of sad because we saw the Village and Pillage update on Bedrock. They split it into bits, and although that was weird, it still meant there was a holiday update. It'd be cool if they did that with part of Caves and Cliffs. At the very least, we saw some little snippet right now, but instead they're doing something with the marketplace. And I say this as someone who likes certain things in the marketplace. Most players aren't going to be hyped about the idea that like, oh, there's something cool you can do, except it costs some money. Maybe, and the very best case scenario is like, oh, there's a thing that is free, and it just doesn't get players amazingly hyped. That's just my take on things though. But just in case you are worried that we're not going to see any Caves and Cliffs until next year, because we know the release date already is summer 2021. We had some good news from Adrian, who is an executive producer on Minecraft. I'm not going to pronounce that last name, Oostergaard. But anyway, we had some good news from Adrian, who actually is, interestingly enough, one of the producers of Minecraft, and is usually the person in charge of releasing the snapshots. He doesn't make the snapshots, he releases the snapshots, and he said, I assume all of you are curious as to when the 1.17 snapshots will begin, but before we start releasing those snapshots, we intend to release 1.16.4. This will be a small update that does not contain any gameplay features, and obviously it's a bug fix. It's also trying to match up between the Java and the Bedrock. 1.16.40 has released on Bedrock, so it's key they do that. But it makes it sound like once they do a small bug fix in the next couple of weeks, they will start looking into 1.17 snapshots. And based on the fact that he didn't say they're going to be a really far away I mean, even if they intended to do it in like February of next year or January of next year, that would be 4 months away, and they wouldn't get the hype going. But it does sound like right here that just like the only thing holding them back from releasing 1.17 snapshots is the 1.16.4 release. Maybe that 1.16.4 release is a really far time away, but it sounds to me like they actually intend to start doing 1.17 snapshots before the end of the year. The fact that we've seen all this Twitter activity from so many Minecraft developers, from Lady Agnes, who is obviously like the big Minecraft developer showing things off, to Henrik Newberg, who does a lot of the technical stuff, to the producer of Minecraft, to the lead texture artist, the fact that we're seeing all these different people who do all these different things, even though communication director is talking about it, obviously it makes sense that this is the week people are most hyped and that's why they're talking about it, but it sounds like from this tweet something you wouldn't put out if it was a long way away, that we're going to start seeing 1.17 snapshots pretty darn soon, and that is exciting. That's what I'm here for, and that is something that maybe you are excited about too. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. First of all, about the the geode texture, what it looks like on the outside, because personally I find that kind of ugly, but I don't know about that one. Also, let me know if you're excited about new caves and if you have any great ideas for them, because as soon as I hear there's a ton more caves, I'm like, wow, that means not one cave, that means not two caves, that means several more caves, and then my mind starts racing and going and getting excited, and then I start thinking, man, this cave update is going to be great. I can't wait for those snapshots, which are coming darn soon. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna go ziplining or something like that right now. I'm not really too sure, but it's gonna be a lot of fun, and that is why I encourage you to have fun too by liking this video. Yeah, smooth. Okay, goodbye.